this spiralic pattern of the histories, together with that, as you know, yin and yang, pulsating everything like this, heart pulsating, and breathe in, breathe out, contraction and expansion goes. Same way, histories, societies goes, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. What does it mean? That means energy powers gather toward the center, and centralization goes. Then next period goes differentiation or decomposition of centralization or distribution of energy and powers goes. Let's take examples. 16th centuries. What happens? Renaissance. Renaissance. At that time, from the very strong control of Roman Church and Christian kingdoms, towards individual people awakening and sense of art, sense of natures began towards individual people. They are from young, condensed, concentrated powers or centralization. Now went towards in expansion. And the individual people start to awake for nature, for arts, for science, for various things. Then 17th century came. And from individual peoples started to organize the kingdoms, various racial kingdoms like the England or France or this and that. Right? And that goes finally the creation monarchy, right? Habsburg or Bourbon, Romanov, it's a monarchy. Right? From yin towards yang, right? Went. Power energy goes. Then 18th century came. Toward the 18th centuries, toward the late of 18th centuries, from very controlled by monarchy, right, or political, economical power, right, centralization, because that became too strong, so explosion began. That is, began by like French Revolution, 1789, and the so-called democratic movement began. Again, went to the individuals. Individuals again started to awake. Then 19th century came. Then this individual awakening now start organize again. And again centralization in the form of industry. And from there, industry started to organize. And cities gathering, people start to gather. And government is formed, law becoming strong. And the industry started to control. Then 20th century came. That industrial power started to control people's life, individual life, including food which you are eating outside, not here. All commercialized, industrialized, standardized food. Then begin from this young concentration, begin towards more individual people again start to get its leadership. These individual peoples taking over leadership appear already began. Number one, they control communications by each individual family going to have the equipment of the computer. And they are controlling, they are assembling, they are controlling, they are making systems of its own communications and informations. Second is that they again recover the cookings, home cookings. And they start to begin home cookings. So, you know, cookbook is so much now popular. They're no longer depending upon commercialized, standardized food, but more home cooking. And that also goes, suppose now, medical systems, centralization medical systems. Patient need not to know their conditions, but the doctor say that is it, centralization. But from that, many millions of people now started to awake, and we like to know what's going on. What is really that solution? What is my cause of the sickness? And they are going to take initiative more. And individual people, individual family, going to have the administration of health. They will administer of health. Communications, informations. Communication, information, centralizations. Then furthermore, like health administration. Then food control. By individual people, such as gardenings and making some vegetables in their backyard. And also now they select more quality of food for themselves by their own choice. And home cookings goes. And even the part of industries come to the home. For example, miso. Right? Now, the large factories making miso. Right? Used to be up to the 19th centuries, individual farmers were making miso. Right? Then late 19th century and early 20th centuries, factories started to make miso. Right? And then become big factory make and national distribution began. So same thing tamari soy sauce. So same thing pickles. Then now, we are now recovering that, returning to the more families, more communities, local communities. Right? Same things, tofu makings, right? Large companies making tofu, chemicalized, etc. Making. Now, localized tofu manufacturing going on, right? And much closer to the home, individual home. Even you can make tofu making at your home. Right? The same things Like, for example, if you go the rice growers, thousands of acres rice grows, okay? Like California, Arkansas, etc. There used to be with a big machine. This side they put unhusked, unhulled rice, then coming out the white rice. Okay? We couldn't choose brown rice, or 50% brown rice, 50% white rice, etc. Now, individual demand becoming stronger. And now we can have organic one. Now we can have brown rice. However, furthermore, that tendency will go. Tomorrow, maybe we can introduce some machine, that is the unhurrying machine, okay, which can be used in every families. That means big farmers' factories doing that process go to the family, and the family can use making from the unhulled grains to hurrying. So individual families gain back more the food, participating more food processing. Right? Then furthermore, that goes individual peoples, individual families, the consciousness, right? Consciousness development. And when these things are completed for the basic life foundation, such as food, such as health, such as environment, or such as the mind, etc. Then, from there, all united together. And the early 21st century, next centuries, will be formed planetary world community. And if those individual awakening is not there, forthcoming, suppose planetary world, the community will become like world empire and more like dictatorship. Right? That will inevitably comes because of present-day communication, present-day transportation, present-day satellites, right? Rocket, etc. No longer each country is not able to exist by it alone. All interrelated. So, need world community. That world communities, if individual people is not awakening, then empire comes, control. Empire either by religious way, or by capitalistic way, or by communistic way, or by political way. Okay? But if individual people are awakening, which now going on its process, right? Then that world community or world central government, you may say, will become more educational and service functions, right? For the benefit of all mankind. Right? Towards that way, we must go. That means, number one, you have to gain back the mastership for your own destiny, own health, own future, and own consciousness. Not only following the information or the whatever, which are being fed by mass media. And you must develop your judgment, your consciousness. Right? And second, you have to gain back. For that purpose, you have to gain back your own cooking ability, own family cookings. The third, you have to gain back your understandings of what is health, what is sickness. Right? From there, we must begin, together with the understanding of food and food processing, actively participating in the food processing, each families.